I reached the peak of human experience. What every spiritual teacher, every framework, every teaching, every practice, every retreat, every sacred plant ceremony, every hour on the cushion is striving for. The pinnacle of realization, the state of true unity with everything, the dissolving of the self into everything, the state every tradition is pointing towards. Samadhi, anatta, liberation, enlightenment. And yet I was still not satisfied. Only to awaken to my awakenings, to see past even the illusionary nature of all things, even the spiritual path, going so far into space and landing right back in the body, realizing the strange phenomena of enlightenment, of liberation, is really only the starting line. It is not enough to just escape the wheel of samsara, to transcend all suffering, as once you get into the point of concentration in which you bring your soul out of the body through the bindu into the void of the quantum field, it is only then does the teaching that nirvana is samsara clicks. As even deep in meditation, traversing these unknown planes of existence is still all contained within the body. Paradoxically, going out of the body is going in the body. So it's not to use transcendence as a scapegoat from not feeling your emotions, the pain, the unhealed karma that you bypass to feel high, but to realize that it is the technology of the body, karma, that gives you access to liberation. The so-called suffering was the necessary step for growth, and so rather than stopping the expansion by sitting in a metaphorical cave created by your spiritual ego, whose role of non-dual gaslighting you from continuing cycles of death, growth, and infinite expansion. This is not to diminish the practices or the growth that has occurred, because those must continue for you to truly be a co-creator of life. You cannot stop working out and expect to stay in the same shape, and so too for your realization fitness. But now walking with the awareness of Christ consciousness, the responsibility one holds with that awareness is greater, and so then the actions have more gravity. The waves of the cause have greater ripples of the effects. And so now is to transmute the karma that was once burned to create space. But action is still needed. And so it is the dharma of the individual soul that fills the emptiness with new karma, new action, aligned with a capital T truth. Otherwise, you get swallowed up in the hellfires of the collective unconsciousness. All roads lead back to the body, the avatar, the perfect technology of the experience. As the more you free up the tension, the illusions, the false beliefs stored in the body, the more free you will feel. The antenna to the cosmic energy is up for you to find the geometry of stillness and movement. So no longer placebo gaslighting yourself from eating the fast food because all is emptiness. You accept that reality is codependent arising with the natural laws, the codes of the matrix, and it is up to you, the avatar, to align yourself with these natural codes. If you are truly seeking harmony, liberation, and peace. And so the race truly begins with the starting line of the awakened eyes of liberation, surrendering to each step as you continue to dance the dance of karma, replacing the rigid stiffness of movement of one stemming from stillness and unconditional love, realizing that this is all a play of the elements, of natural laws. And so each step is about looking at your cosmic archetype, your elemental imbalances, and continue to move deeper into the infinite void of the middle path. Where is your earth imbalanced? Where do you feel unstructured? Where do you ignore the physical? Where do you feel unsafe in the body? Are you truly intimate with the sense of smell? Can you smell the life force within the food? The pheromones of other humans? Can you utilize the olfactory efficiently enough to access hidden karma from this life or another? Or are you crashing out from the turmoil waves of the cosmos? Because if you have truly mastered the element of water, one would understand all emotions are valid, and that bliss is any emotion fully felt. Are you actually co-creating with life, or are you continuing to consume the programming? Can you taste the nectar of life within the body, the light within food? Are you learning to ride the waves of the shifting stars, to surf on the edge of infinity, to be out of this world and in this world? The master of memory, vibration, emotions, space, depth, intimacy is one who balances their water. Are you burning in the hells of the mind, so exhausted from unconscious activity that it takes stimulants and someone else's agenda to get you to move? Do you see the paradoxical nature of reality, duality dancing with itself at all times? Can you see the mirror of reality and the gift that it is? Can you see the life pouring out of your body, your movement, in other people and other things, to see all beings as consciousness? With the utmost clarity that the geometry and synchronicities of life acts as the guidance of surrender that forms the next step, seeing that you are both in control and have no control. Ultimate free will, yet that was always predetermined. The one who actively co-creates and observes the codependent arising nature of reality is the master of flame. Do you still get caught up in the stories of the mind, the drawn out, detailed, colorful, spectacular myths that the mind make up? Or so deeply in love that you lose grip of the form, the body, the masculine? Being able to wield the winds of prana, the directions of life force, is a deep trance state of singing the songs of life. Taking the realizations, the expansion, the non-dual understanding, and bringing it into form for real change to be made. As without the physical change, all this spirituality is just vanity. What is the point of being in the kingdom of heaven if your brothers and sisters are in hell? So where can you manifest more liberation internally so that externally, by the laws of karma, of cause and effect, more freedom can be felt? How can you move your breath so that you are always responding to the environment, moving your chi to unravel distortions, and cleansing the organs to actually process emotions, your experience, your reality? As the air nomad knows that all of movement truly is the breath. Not getting caught up and creating more separation after one path gets you to a liberated high is important, as it is even the Buddha who said, even the path that got you here, you must abandon. So taking the holistic approach to everything is always the way for more growth. Do you still follow only one path because you judge the other? Are you above psychedelics because sober is more real? Or are you bypassing the body because the substance allows you to bypass the work needed to be done? Are you still separating that all these traditions are talking about a different thing? That shamanism is a science, that black magic is not inherently wrong, or that modern science can be dogmatic? It is not that another retreat, psychedelic trip, technique is the answer, but it is that life is the greatest sadhana. And so bypassing experiencing what life has to offer, sitting on a mat in a cave of isolation, or suppressing yourself with a job or other external rationalizations, rather than taking radical responsibility to becoming a sovereign being. The more you dive into the sweet honey milky taste of the fountain of youth, the more you want to play. The more conscious you become, the more unconscious you see. Understanding that ignorance and innocence are not the same thing. Rather than feeling the daunting task of the infinite nature of embodying, you see the joy of the Creator, like a child in a sandbox. And you must be equipped with the tools to create, with embodied sciences that teach you the tools of the body, the mind, and the soul, such as yoga, qigong, alchemy, etc. But where does this satisfaction come? The endless hunger of liberation will continue even with this understanding. But the pursuit up the mountain you call your dharma satisfies you with joy. The only thing permanent is change. Nothing will satisfy you but constant evolution. No partner, no amount of money, no amount of physical success, no vacation. And so reaching the peak of the mountain of spiritual pursuit may offer you an vantage point to see reality. but it was the joy of each step that continues to allow the peak to go higher. A classic phrase of enjoying the journey, not the destination. Enjoying the trip of life, not bypassing it until death. Walking with the steps of gratitude, the embodiment of Christ. And just watch how you make this dream lucid.